Yo, what is up, boys? It is Keith Stone coming at you guys with another free pick video. In today's video, we're going to give you guys a couple free slips. So I'm going to build out. One of them is going to be for Monday Night Football. We're going to start there. And the other one's going to be for tonight's game, Sunday Night Football. So let's get right into it. If you are new to the channel, definitely hit sub. I do appreciate all the support, guys. Been on a little bit of a heater the last 10, 11, 12 days. Kind of cooled off a little bit yesterday. Okay, so I gave you guys this play for free on my college football video, and Northwestern just did not compete in the second half, so there was no need for Illinois, unfortunately, to throw the ball. I don't think Altmaier had any yards in like the entire fourth quarter, which is wild. I believe he was like 40 yards short. Pat Bryant hit easily. Very frustrating. I thought this one would have hit. I will say there seems to be a thing in specifically college football that I don't see as much in the NFL, where when it gets like really cold, these guys just can't throw the ball as much. So for whatever reason, that was a thing yesterday across the entire FBS. The good news is I told you guys to hedge this. It actually pays more when you hedge it. Don't tell Dabble. You should have got 1.5x return. And I had literally like 5 plays that looked like this. I'm not going to bore you guys with all of them, but these are just a few examples. Like Gadsden was just short on this one. Gadsden was just short on this one. So all in all, we had a lot of plays that unfortunately looked just like that. So I have a couple plays for you guys. We're going to get into those in a sec. All right. Also want to let you guys know that you can sign up to my Winnable free plan right here. It's absolutely free. A lot of these plays I send out early on Winnable, plus any type of promo I do. Whatever it is, you're getting early information. Most of the time, it's absolutely free to sign up. So make sure you head over to winnable.com/SBAA. I'm also decided, since I'm in a legal sports book state, and this is what I used to always do before I really got into the DFS apps, and I do like them still better for setting player props. A lot of times the payouts are better than the books. I am kind of missing my original passion of doing against the spread picks. And so what I'm going to do a couple times a week is I'm going to come up with a like what I would call a reputation pick, right? It's not there's no such thing as guaranteed winners in sports betting. Most of you obviously know that, but this is what I would call the closest thing to it. This is my top play. It's a primetime pick. It's actually what I would call a safety parlay. So if you want to get this pick, like this is for people that want to throw down, big money to win a nice little solid chunk. It's only 20 bucks. And because tomorrow is Cyber Monday, I actually put a code on there. It's simply just Cyber, and it'll take it 50% off. So you'll get this pick for 10 bucks. So I would say, honestly, if you're betting like $50 a unit or more, this is absolutely worth it for you, because this pick's going to help you win. It's going to help you win. So just wanted to let you guys know I am doing that. So a couple things. We have some serious weather in this Bills-Niners game. Now, I am a Niners fan, but I'm telling you guys, like most of y'all know, I'm very objective. I never let my own like rooting for my team. To me, like if you're in this space, it's just so elementary to do that. This is why a lot of these guys, bet they want to bet on their teams. It's just like it's like suicide in sports betting. I will say this, couple things. Bills are coming off a bye week, which is huge. The Niners just got embarrassed at Green Bay. This is another tough spot for them. But with 2 weeks of preparation, a rested team, like the advantage is just right here at home. Okay, they're very hard to beat in Buffalo this time of year. But the Niners also are like a desperate team. I feel like they need this game more than the Bills. So I wouldn't be shocked if it was close. I'm definitely leaning Bills. I've already taken Bills money line in a few slips, but I'm just telling you, like, don't be shocked if San Francisco finds a way when everyone's counting them out. Now, they have a lot of injuries. Like, Bosa's still out. Is Dre Greenlaw still not back? They are getting Che Ward back, but they're losing their other quarter, Lenore. So it's just like you get one back, you lose another. It's just this team has dealt with injuries all year long. And I still think if they could just, like it's going to be an interesting week. Let me just show you guys real quick, because in this division, if the Cardinals lose today at the Vikings, which I think is likely, and then the Seahawks somehow lose at the Jets, which I don't know, they're coming off a bye week as well, and then the Rams lose at the Saints, even if the Niners lose, they're still one game back of the division lead. So it's kind of wild. I feel like they do need this game. I feel like they're going to show up because when you put a team, sometimes this time of year, what I've learned is it doesn't matter how much it makes sense that Buffalo should win this game. Sometimes the team that needs it more, you just kind of feel it. You kind of feel it. They sneak up on you in sports betting, and like you kind of say, God, how did that happen? How did the Niners lose 38-10 last week? Actually a close game going into the fourth quarter with their backups and, no Nick Bosa. So don't be shocked if the Niners pull an upset here. I still think the Bills will win the game, just to be transparent. And then this game looks good. 40 degrees, no winds. So we're good to go in this Denver game. So what I'm going to do, I have a dabble play for you guys. Now, what I want to do is build this out on Prizepicks to kind of show you guys. So we're just doing a correlated same game pair here. We're going to take both quarterbacks. And I feel better about Knicks than I do Jameis. Denver has been a pretty good defense, especially at home. But I'm telling you guys right now, I don't know why Cortland Sutton line is still so low. Like we're getting 65 yards. Cleveland's, they're not very good against coverage. They're actually second last in the league. The only team that's worse is the Raiders. So, I mean, he's cleared 70 yards in 5 straight games, and we're getting this line at 64.5. Okay, so sign me up for that. And same thing with Bo. These two are like right there too. So, feel pretty good about this. Hopefully, the game will be competitive. And it might just surprise you out there at Mile High. So we're gonna take. There's a couple ways you can go. I think Njoku is a pretty good bet here. He's at 45 yards, and he didn't do shit last week, so it's kind of hit or miss. They have a few guys they throw to. They have this Tillman kid, or he's actually out, I think, this week. Is Tillman out? Yeah, I guess we don't have a line for him, but it would make sense that like Denver puts Surtain on Jerry Jeudy, right? But that's not really what they do. I think for the most part, he just stays on one side of the field. Sometimes you just have to stay in the flames. This is obviously Winston's guy. This is also a revenge spot. So, like, you don't think Judy's going to have a little extra motivation to play well against his old team. I think he will. So, this is going to be your Monday night free pick. All right, so what I want you guys to strongly consider doing is setting this on Dabble. Okay, Dabble literally gives you 25 free dollars to sign up. Like literally, you don't even need to use a credit card. It's like the easiest cash you could ever get. And the lines are pretty similar. Like Judy's a little less on Dabble. Cortland Sutton's exactly the same. Winston's 1 less on Dabble, and then Bo Nix is 5 less on Dabble. Okay, so where you set your plays matter. I believe on Prizepicks this is going to pay us 8x, and I believe on Dabble it's going to be 8.5 or 9x. I actually can't see it. One of my buddies is going to set this play. I already sent it to him, but I wanted to get this out as soon as possible to you guys. I think it's got a pretty good chance. Same game parlay. These are pretty low numbers. And you're seeing NFL offenses the last few weeks, maybe even the last month, start to get a little crisper. The timing of everything is working better. So hopefully we can get like both guys to throw for like 235 yards or something or more, and then these receivers go over. So I think this is a really good play. That's going to be your free Sunday Night Football. Sign up with promo code SBAA. Lock the play in on Dabble. Get your 25 free bucks. Let's move on to Sunday Night Football. This is a little trickier. So I have 2 plays, and these are actually going to be on Boom Fantasy. So first of all, I had a hard time finding this prop just about anywhere. This was like the only site I could find this 7.5 rushing attempts. Now, Allen's had, I believe, 9 and 10 in his last 2 games, okay? Getting a little colder. A lot of his receivers have been out. Dalton Kincaid is going to miss this game. Remember what I told you guys about the weather. There's going to be 20-degree weather and a freaking blizzard coming through. So maybe there's less passing. Sometimes, some people say, oh, it doesn't even matter in the snow. But I'll tell you this, rushing attempts so if we think the Bills are going to win the game, when you take a knee, if he takes a knee 3 times at the end of the game to like get the clock, just run it out, those all count as rushing attempts. In a game where there's already snow, already a blizzard, probably going to be some winds, he might already be at 5 or 6 anyways. So if we get those kneel downs at the end, he's going to hit this, or he might just freaking hit it without those kneel downs. So the other thing Look at the payout on this. Okay. You can't find this line anywhere, first of all. 3.54 for 2 picks. It's because they think for whatever reason this is not that likely, even though he's done this in 2 straight games. And now you're. And another thing about the Niners too, if you go back and watch like some of their key games where they lost games that they probably shouldn't have, well, they definitely should have lost to the Chiefs, but Mahomes didn't beat the Niners with his arm. He beat them with his legs. There was, probably some holding calls that should have been called on a few plays, but the point is, they always seem to struggle with these guys that can, like, even if they get to the pocket, they struggle with these guys that have mobility. That's why they struggle with Kyler Murray every freaking year. The Cardinals always play the Niners tough because Kyler can get out and move, and Allen is in like run mode right now. So I'm not going to try to sell you guys any more on this. You can take just a straight rushing yards too if you wanted to go that route. Where I was torn, and this is maybe why this isn't the greatest first offer to do. Boom, what Boom Fantasy does, your first bet when you sign up is good up to $100. If it loses, they give you the money back. That is like awesome. So if you put $100 on this, it would pay 354. If it loses, you get that 100 back. If it wins, you get $354, 254 in profit. So you can pick whatever one you want because I have a second one for you guys on Boom, and I'm very torn between this. So let me give you guys a little bit of a breakdown of perspective here. On paper, so you got Brock Purdy back, right? George Kittle by far and away, him and Kelsey and Taysom Hill had the best tight end matchups. Like when you're talking, he's going to be lining up against Bernard on a lot of his snaps. So I think Milano may be back today. That could help a little bit, but I still think that this number is just too low. And in a game where you're probably going to have shorter passing, like this is the type of guy that can catch one even in the snow and run an extra 13, 14 yards after it. So if he racks up a few of those, I think this got a really good shot. The one thing I'm a little scared about with this Kittle prop is Trent Williams is going to be out again. So that's brutal. That's our starting like Hall of Fame left tackle. Okay, so when he's not in there, it's like a noticeable difference. So my one fear is that they may use Kittle in this game a little more to block, and so that's why I created a second slip, and that is going to be Josh Allen, and it's the same play, his rushing attempts, and then just taking CMC. Now, surprisingly, Christian McCaffrey has not been very good since he's been back. Some of that might be Trent Williams being out. Some of that might just be Kyle Shanahan calling horrible plays this year, kind of in his own head. I don't know. Whatever reason, the Niners' run game hasn't been there. This is still a pretty low number for a guy like CMC. I feel like I said, like I mentioned, like when you count a team out, when everyone's like saying, "Oh, they're no good no more," like they put their backs against the wall, they find a way to come in here and like if you're gonna beat Buffalo in Buffalo, you probably need to control time of possession. You probably need to have some success on the ground. So I feel like this line's a little too low. Like if we come look at it on Prize Picks, I'm not sure what it is over here, but I would imagine it's probably more than that. So it's 63 and a half. So you're getting about 4 yard discount right off the bat on Boom. Plus it pays 336. If you come over here and look at this, let's just see. I'm pretty sure they don't have Josh Allen's rushing attempts. So some sites might. I think like Underdog probably be the one that does. Yeah. Oh, they do have it. 7. Okay, so this is new. This was not here when I looked, and this is a good line. So like it's a push line. So it's the same thing as Boom. And maybe I need to double check Boom. Maybe they've actually lowered it too. But I like this line a lot right here, guys. Okay. But the point is, you're going to push here. So if I'm right and he gets 8, you're going to win on both anyways. This only pays 3x on Prize Picks. This pays 3.336x on Boom. So where you set your plays matters. Sign up with the same promo code SBAA. Take advantage of that first wager offer. If you don't want to do that just yet, you can still sign up and just wait. Usually I'll have like a lock in the middle of the week. If you guys remember, we hit one on Friday. I gave you guys a Boom lock. It was Travis Kelce and Brock Bowers over. That was an easy one, right? I feel almost as confident about these two plays. So the problem is when you're brand new, you have to pick one to put that first wager on. and I don't have a favorite. I think either one of them has a really good shot. So maybe this isn't the best time to use that offer. If you think you're convicted about one and say, oh, I think this one's going to hit, or you have a better play in your mind than what I'm selling you right now, right here, then you could always do that and then just put some extra money on both of these plays because I feel really good about these and I love the payouts. This is obviously going to be the key. If he hits this line, I feel like one of these two Niners should hit, and we're gonna make money no matter what. So sign up with promo code SBAA. There is a link down in the description for both Dabble and Boom Fantasy, guys. Peace.